Personally, guys, this is the first semi-final of the game, which means the winner does actually get that invite to I-48 in the ESET UK Masters £10,000 Grand Final. Spawning over here in the bottom right-hand corner, currently 1-0 up on Newkirk City now. The GameCube controller map representing NRS, it is Welmu. He is going to be facing off against a player who must have thought he was very unfortunate to lose that last game, holding off that push for the longest possible time, but losing his mothership core at possibly the latest clutch time he could to lose that game, coming so close to winning it, not quite. Maybe he could do it here, though. It is a Nexus's Verdi.
So, this map on PvP, are we going to see another Stargate play? Are we going to see something funky? We'll wait and find out. But the thing that I'm really just so shocked about is just how well Welmu engaged in that first game. He just played really, really solid. He took his time, he took the right chances, and just generally speaking, I think he had a solid all-round force. And what I'm just hoping now in game 2 is that he can also macro as hard, because his opponent is going to be looking out for an all-in.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. So we really want to be sure that that kind of thing doesn't happen, basically, at the moment. And as soon as the players confirm that everything is fine from that regard, they'll be able to go into what is effectively their normal macro game. But until then, they just need to be very, very careful.
So, what we are doing now is just waiting to find out what's going to go on. And all in all, these two aren't doing anything too exciting or too scary. They are both getting up their cybernetics scores. They are both getting up their gas. The only difference currently is that Verdi is getting up his second gas.
Yeah, and we'll see at what point that second gas gets scouted. Welmu at the moment sending a probe scout over to the opposite corner of the map. He won't be able to scout that for a little while yet, by the looks of things. And in the meantime, let's see if a unit pops out to decide to deny it. It looks like it's not, because nothing's coming out of that gateway at the moment, so probably going to be going straight for that first stalker.
Indeed. Now, I'm not sure about you, but my camera's gone a bit funny, which is very off-putting. It's decided to tilt everything to the side, but it seems to have corrected itself now. So, yeah, we're just waiting to see what they're going to do. We're getting just, well, an additional 2 gateways coming out from Verdi at the moment. So, Welmu, he needs to scout this. He needs to get prepared for this. He hasn't... Yes, he has now seen it. Sorry. He does know what is coming down. So, as a result, should be able to prepare appropriately, and is doing so by going up the 3 gates himself.
He is indeed. So we've got a decent number of gateways popping up from both players at the moment. We're going to be seeing a little bit of early game pressure as I conveniently simultaneously receive about 3,000 tweets with the answer to the riddle, which is, of course, ton, which is also conveniently not backwards. So well done. I will pick out the first person who tweeted that to me. I can't look at that right now because we're busy taking a look at this here game, as the mothership core is nearly popping out for Verdi here. But when this game completes, I will let everyone know who the winner of that was.
Are you going to be awkward and make sure that they've tweeted either the imperial measurement of ton or the metric?
No, because ton, T-O-N, is not backwards, you see, so it has to be that spelling. I think everyone got it right, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Now, what we do see here is that there is a bit of aggression coming in, and there is one poor little stalker for Welmu going to go to his death, and that is very sad. The Zealot also going to die the mothership core for Verdi, doing some good damage, and as such, he should be fairly confident now, and these double pylons are going to get taken down, and for the moment at least, Verdi seems to be holding this well.
Yeah, he's doing actually quite a good job of it at the moment. The mothership core as well, warding off those zealots. They will not be able to get any kills, and even microing the stalkers back to ensure that no additional damage gets done. Those pylons do not stand long in this world at the moment. There's no point warping additional units in because 4 stalkers will be able to focus it down in time, and crisis averted at the moment. Verdi must be feeling pretty good.
If I was Verdi right now, I'd just be like, yeah, I've just held off your aggression. Do you know how many workers I lost there? None.
Yeah.
Do you know how many units I lost there? 1. So that actually takes the loss tab at 175 resources lost for Verdi to 825 for Welmu. Factor in the worker count as well, being 3 in Verdi's favour. It's really now everything you could possibly ever hope for.
Yeah, I think Verdi is just going to go into the mid game here, feeling completely and utterly comfortable. You really hit the nail on the head. And that's going to really frustrate Welmu, considering he worked quite hard there to build up to this 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 series. But so a lot's on the line, and it means we might get to go to a game 3. But of course, we shouldn't count our chickens yet. Even though Verdi is ahead, Welmu has not lost this game by any stretch of the imagination just yet.
No, indeed not. And what Welmu needs to do now is just hold as best he can. But these Stalkers and Mothership are looking to be a little bit threatening, but a good force field goes down. Welmu, just as we saw in game 1, defending, or no, rather, yeah, it was Welmu defending his ramp well. So what Verdi needs to do, he's taking his expansion, he's getting everything together, and meanwhile Welmu is just taking his Stargate. This is exactly the same.
Yeah, so it looks like the game's going to go down to very, very similar kind of strategies that we saw in game number 1. The Stargate's going to come down, but Verdi has now used his advantage to get such an earlier Nexus. It's over halfway complete already, and he has a soft contain on Welmu right now. Welmu, though, is about to move down his ramp by the looks of things, positioning his Zealots so that they're in front and bringing the Mothership call to bear as well. So he should be able to break out of this comfortably. There's only a couple of Stalkers there, and Verdi instead is going to take the opportunity to move back.
And Verdi is wise doing that, because if you remember back to game 1, for anyone who didn't see it, we saw Welmu put on a lot of pressure with 3 Void Rays and a good force, and Verdi only just held it. So Welmu, the difference this game, went for that really aggressive 3-gate pressure with the 2 pylons in Verdi's base. But Verdi defended that so well and lost so little that Welmu is definitely behind this game so far. And really to come back into that, he's going to have to do an absolutely miracle bit of aggression. And Verdi, having his natural down so much sooner, getting good production, and with Welmu still sitting in his base comfortably, I think Verdi's going to be safe. And actually getting a photon cannon as well in preparation for this, that is so clever.
Yeah, it really is. It's at this stage of the game, I think Verdi just wants to cement his advantage and make sure that he can go into the mid-game comfortably ahead of Welmu. Welmu right now is playing as very, very cagey. He's getting the Void Rays out now. He's sending a hallucinated Phoenix over just to scout what Verdi is doing, and when he sees that the natural expansion is comfortably mining already and that the worker count is significantly in Verdi's favor, he is going to really oh no and realize how far behind he actually is.
And it's unfortunate for Welmu, to be honest, because in game 1 we saw it work so effectively, even against all odds, but this game, Verdi getting his own Stargate up now, that's quite exciting. But I think the real big difference is not only is Welmu actually about 700 resources behind in terms of units lost, but also this push is coming a lot later due to the early aggression. And finally, Verdi has 3 cannons as well now, and those 3 cannons have a lot of damage, along with just a greater army force because it's later on in the game. I still think that actually, to be honest, Verdi should be able to hold this really quite comfortably now and take this game.
Yep, I like the 3 cannons from Verdi. The reason he's got those 3 cannons up is because he is anticipating an all-in from Welmu. He thinks Welmu is going to scout that he has a second base significantly earlier than he does, and will therefore come at him with everything he's got. And for that reason, those preemptive cannons are actually quite nice. Mothership Core is coming into the equation for both players now. We have a bit of a standoff, but Verdi is at 100 supply versus 82. The army supplies are roughly equal, but Verdi has 45 workers to 26. Here we go.
So up Welmu goes, he's trying to push in, but some good force fields on both sides mean a couple of Zealots will fall the Photon Overcharge on the Nexus, just biding more time. And the longer this goes on, the more Verdi's going to get ahead in supply. He's entrenched so well with those Photon Cannons, but there goes the Time Warp, trying to prevent the retreat, trying to allow Welmu to get a few units, but this is getting pretty close.
It really is. A lot of Time Warps going down right now, and we can see they are affecting Verdi's army just a little bit more, but Welmu's supply is plummeting just a little faster. The Photon Overcharge actually killing off a couple of units there, and only 2 Void Rays remain as part of this army. The Immortal from Verdi doing so much damage, and I think Verdi has held this off. There is no way Welmu will be able to win with this push.
Exactly right. Welmu, he went for it, he had success with it in game 1, but Verdi, after holding off that early aggression so well, it was never looking too good for Welmu, and there's the GG. Verdi levels up the series 1-1.
Wow, so we're going to be going into a game number 3, guys, and it is all on the line in this game 3 PvP, where the winner goes on to the ESET UK Masters £10,000.